It's 10 a.m. and Marshall Reamer is ready to eat.
He sees that bottle.
Marshall's dad, Wesley, holds him, while Mom Maggie pulls the bottle from a pot of hot water.
Marshall, you want the bottle?
Yeah.
The Reamers, who live in Macon, knew they wanted to breastfeed. That was their plan all along. But Maggie says it was harder than she thought it would be. 2 weeks after birth, they had to pivot.
What we started doing is just giving him a bottle at night. And that was really just for my sanity because I was tired. And, I think I had a little touch of postpartum depression, honestly. And that really it helped a lot.
Especially after Maggie went back to her job as the marketing manager for Girl Scouts of Historic Georgia. Marshall's 10 months old now, and he still gets breast milk Maggie pumps at work. But they supplement with formula, and that's been pretty challenging lately. They go to the store and can't find the one formula that doesn't make Marshall projectile vomit. Or they find it, but
there was a man there who had no less than 15 bottles of the 32-ounce bottles in his cart, and he was just like a robot grabbing case after case. And I'm just standing there like, hey, are you going to let me at least get one case in there?
Wesley snuck in and grabbed 2, but more often than not, he's got to drive store to store hunting for it. That's not really an option for some. I meet Abby Patterson at her parents' house outside Unadilla in Dooley County.
So I am the 6th generation to actually live in this house.
Patterson and her husband Heath farm about an hour south in Scooterville, a town so tiny that you can't find its population. Heath is a paramedic, and Abby runs the Brassy Peach Boutique out of a renovated school bus. They've got a 2.5-year-old named Stetson, a 10-month-old named Anna Lynn, and another one coming in October. For the Pattersons, the formula shortage isn't just frustrating, it's expensive.
I have been 3 different times now and haven't been able to find any. We're 45 minutes to Sam's, even to a regular grocery store. I'm looking at an hour by the time I drive there and back because we're 10 miles to the closest gas station even. That's going to cost me $20 with the way gas is right now just to go buy formula.
Dozens of parents have shared their frustration on a Facebook post by WMAZ, the most watched local TV news. It has hundreds of comments. Plenty insist that breast is best. But for grandparents raising babies, adoptive parents, or families with 2 dads, that's not possible. Or maybe a mother doesn't want to breastfeed. Then there are moms like Brianna Paxton of Warner Robins who desperately want to breastfeed but can't. She explains via messaging that her 5-week-old daughter was born with a lip tie. The skin on her upper lip is attached to her gum, so she can't latch. It's a month until corrective surgery, so Paxton furiously pumps breast milk and supplements with the only formula her daughter won't spit up. It's really hard to find. At 11 p.m. one night, she writes, "Desperately going from store to store just to come up empty-handed is absolutely devastating. No parent should have to be terrified about not being able to feed their baby." For GPB News, I'm Tanya Ott with Mercer University's Center for Collaborative Journalism.